Hi, Casey Hendrickson with Michiana's Morning News in beautiful South Bend, Indiana, home of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. That's why I want to take a break from current events and politics like we usually talk about on MNC TV. I want to talk about Gunner Kiel and the coach of LSU football, Les Miles. You see, you're seeing Gunner Kiel's highlights right now. It's clear to see why this kid was the top-rated quarterback and the top recruiting prospect in the country. But there's a problem. He chose to go to LSU. Then he backed out last minute, showed up at Notre Dame University. Of course, we're happy to have him, but LSU football coach Les Miles, not very happy about it. Here's what he said this week.
There was a gentleman from Indiana that thought about coming to the Bayou State. He did not necessarily have the chest and the ability to lead a program. So you know.
Doesn't have the chest? Really, coach? The same chest that you showed when you got blanked in the national championship game against the Alabama Crimson Tide? That type of chest? Look, here's the issue. Obviously, you thought Gunner Kiel was a good quarterback because you said yourself you only needed 2 quarterbacks. Now, out of the thousands of prospects, why would you choose a quarterback that you felt wasn't good enough to run your program? Because LSU is the biggest program in the world, apparently, and Notre Dame University is not at all a more storied football program than LSU, right? So if you decided to go ahead and go after this inferior quarterback, we have to ask why. Was it just because LSU's reputation is so bad and that your reputation is so bad that nobody else would play for you, Coach Miles? Or was it perhaps that you are intentionally trying to sabotage the LSU football program by going after an inferior recruit? I don't know. Maybe you're just that incompetent. Well, Coach Miles, you know, it's interesting because Notre Dame University lost a big recruit this week too. And our Coach Kelly addressed it way different than you did. In fact, he addressed it with class. Coach Kelly came out when he lost his recruit. He said, you know what you get when you come to the University of Notre Dame. And when Gunner Kiel's parents were interviewed by the press about why he chose the University of Notre Dame over LSU, they were very gracious of you, Coach Miles. They were also very gracious of Louisiana and LSU University, something you chose to not reciprocate. And now to the NCAA. You can't let this go. College football cannot have a standard of sportsmanship for its student athletes and allow a coach to go off on a student like this without him being punished. I'm looking to you, NCAA, to fix this. Coach Miles deserves a fine, he deserves to be reprimanded, and it needs to be public so other coaches don't engage in this sort of disgusting, ridiculous behavior. What Coach Miles did is akin to a 2-year-old on the playground losing their lollipop. And that's essentially what we're talking about here, is a spoiled little brat who lost a toy and is now trying to make up for it because his pride has been hurt. Gunner, it's become crystal clear that you made the right decision to come to the University of Notre Dame instead of playing for a man like Coach Miles at LSU. It is also clear that your parents raised a bright kid. We welcome you to South Bend, Indiana. We look forward to watching you play for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And if you choose, one day, maybe even see you in the pros. I'm Casey Hendrickson, host of Michiana's Morning News, right here on 95.3 MNC.